Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday, October 11th, 2017. So I guess technically day 11 of Vlogtober, even though I have not been vlogging every single day. I've been trying really hard to get something uploaded for you every day though, and I think outside of this past weekend, I have been quite successful. I am finally back to the grind after the crazy marathon weekend that we had. Believe it or not, even though I was not the one that ran the marathon, I still feel a little bit like I ran a marathon. I had a lot of anxiety is the right word. I don't do well in big crowds at all. I'm just especially since I'm in my braces and they're athletic crowds of all the types of people, and so I had just been having a lot of stress and anxiety leading up to the weekend, making sure everything was set. My in-laws were in town, my sister-in-law was in town, had to have everything ready for everybody, and then we were spending 2 days downtown amidst the marathon chaos, and it was just it was a little bit of an anxious situation for me, but it all turned out great. It turned out to be a lot better than expected. The crowds, while huge, were not as big as expected and a little bit more dispersed. It was probably as big of a crowd as I expected, but dispersed throughout 26 miles is a lot less scary, so I actually was not feeling very overwhelmed at all and thoroughly enjoyed my day trucking around the marathon trying to see Eric and Kristen as many times as we could, which was 3 times, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it was the best that we could do. And it was pretty easy, which was awesome. And it was fun. I had a lot of fun. While it wasn't a marathon, I got over 20,000 steps on marathon day. So, and then the day before I got 16,000 steps. So I had a physically demanding weekend as well, comparatively speaking. CMT body, regular body, running a marathon, walking around like a crazy person, but even so. So it's taken us as a collective Ingebretson whole a few days to recover, and Eric finally left to travel last night for work this week, and he's back tonight. He flew away for 1 meeting and he's coming back, but because he's been working from home in order to let his body recover and whatnot, I have been kicked out of my office. So I have not really been able to get much work done. In terms of anything, really, which is fine. I managed to get videos uploaded by the comfort of my own couch and footage that I had already filmed, which is great, but other than that, I haven't really gotten a chance to do much of anything. The house is mostly back in order. You guys should have seen the tornado that looks like it went through here by the time we got back from the hotel on Sunday night. Oh my gosh, insane. Got through 4 or 5 loads of laundry. Things are finally starting to come together, and my body finally feels pretty recovered. I haven't gone to the gym. I haven't done Sunday or Monday. I did much of nothing. I think I got 7,000, maybe even 8,000 steps. I was actually pretty impressed with myself just from doing stuff around the house. But it was a day of doing a lot of nothing among some errands and some tasks. And yesterday I went and babysat Alice for a few hours, and Mr. Still was taking over my office. So I did some work from the couch and finished doing some cleaning things, and that was that. Friday, I had every intention of not only vlogging, but getting my weekly weigh-in video up. As you guys might have noticed, it's not there. Thursday night, I went to go to Bible study, and I turned on my car, and the car wouldn't turn on. It did some funky electrical doohickey, and then said transmission malfunction, service now. It was awesome. So of course the day we needed the car the next day for to pick people up from the airport and do all sorts of other things, and the car died. So Friday morning was spent on the phone with the Ford dealer first thing to figure out what I needed to do, and we had to get the car towed out of the garage because it would not start, so we had to wait for AAA, blah 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 blah. This literally took me all day to get this car thing worked out, and then we had to get it out to Glenview, which is 20-25 minutes away, which is where my Ford dealer is, and my dad had to pick me up and take me there. It was just added stress to all the stress and anxiety I already had was this car thing. We got the car back yesterday, and thankfully, or maybe it was Monday, I can't remember now, it was Monday. We got the car back Monday, and thankfully everything else was under warranty. There were 4 or 5 repairs they had to do, including a couple of recall issues. So I just needed to get a new battery, and they fixed everything else for nothing, so it ended up being fine, but Oh, to have that happen on a Friday morning when all I wanted to do was sit and film and get things done and prepared for the weekend, and that day just disappeared. But it's all good now. Everything is all good now. So we are moving forward. It is Wednesday. That for me feels like a Monday since it's my first time sitting in my office. My phone is blinging off like a crazy person. It's rainy and gross outside. Today's goal is to get a blog post up, to sit and actually like do some work at my desk, and to get a workout in because I have not done a workout since walking 20,000 steps on Sunday. So that's the update. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I hit a YouTube milestone the other day of 5,000 subscribers. So those of you who are my subscribers that are watching, welcome. And thank you so very much for all of the love and support and your subscribership, because it does mean the world to me. I'm so excited to see where we go as this channel continues to grow. Thank you for being my supporters. Mwah. And then on that note, I think it is time to get today going.
So I realized that I have been really bad about telling you what I've been eating today because I've been running around like a chicken with their head cut off. So luckily I have some stuff already made that is equal to what I had earlier today. For breakfast, I ate my pumpkin spice overnight oats, which are 5 smart points, super filling, full of protein, absolutely delicious. So that's 5 smart points, and I was going to have a second cup of coffee, and I ended up not. So only 5 points for breakfast, and then I just had a snack. I'm about to walk out the door of this Detour Bar Smart Cookie Dough Oatmeal Bar, gluten-free, 10 grams of protein. These are super tasty, guys. I will link them down below. I bought them on Amazon. Super tasty. Like, I haven't had them in a little while, and I was like, let's eat one of these, and I really enjoyed it. So this is 4 smart points, which means I have 9 smart points for the day. And because it's sitting here, can we take a second and appreciate my awesome glitter pumpkin? This is the thing that I literally made my husband go dig out the fall decorations for. All I wanted was my stinking glitter pumpkin. I think this is from Pier 1, like 2 or 3 years ago. I love this freaking thing. Love it. I was taking vlog photos for the oatmeal. Anyway, moving on. I'm off to the gym. Here is lunch. It is not very exciting. I'm playing the game of use up all the food in the refrigerator because the carbo-loading marathoners did not eat as much as I had planned for. So we are all working on using up stuff in the refrigerator. So I actually ate, I'm going to count it as 3 points. It was a leftover chunk of Kristen's turkey burger that we had the night we got back from the marathon. We went out for burgers and it was delightful and we all earned them. So I finished that up. I'm counting it as 3 points because it wasn't very much. And it was super tasty and it was made out of turkey. So that's 3 points. And then I have 1 point of hummus. I have pickles and carrots. There were 3 open bags of carrots in my refrigerator. So I took the remnants of 2 of them. How stupid is that? This is what was left in 2 of the 3 bags of carrots. I don't understand. And I decided to heat up my sandwich. So this is a Joseph's Pita for 1 point. Cheese for 1 point. I have the Trader Joe's light mozzarella on there. Just some mustard on there for sauce. And 1 point worth of deli turkey with pickles. So this is only 3 points. That's 1 point for 4 points, what you see here. Plus what I ate of the burger is 7 points total for lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, meet world's most spoiled little Yorkie. Almost as a joke, she came up here and laid up on the blanket. And as a joke, I didn't think she'd stay. I like completely wrapped her up in it. So all that was left was her head. And she's been there for over an hour now. Are you so spoiled, Gracie Lou Who? Are you so spoiled? Yes. So it is 5 p.m. I went to the gym. I actually did. I just took a shower. I feel like I look like a hot mess. And there ain't no way. I don't know what to do to get these to go away. But oh my goodness. It's like, I can't handle it. Can't handle the dark circles. Anyway, I wanted to hop on here because I just did something mentally that was very interesting in terms of weight loss. What you want, puppy? Of course, the second I film her and be like, oh, I don't know how long she's gonna stay up there, she decides that she's done laying up there and wants to play. You're so cute. Anyway, so I listened to this podcast by Cara Alwell-Leba, also known as The Champagne Diet, and I believe her podcast is called the Slay Baby podcast, or the Slay Baby Collective is her Facebook group. It has something with Slay Baby in it. And anyway, I've read some of her books. I follow her blog. I really like her podcast. And I listened to 2 episodes of her podcast while I was driving through town and getting things done yesterday. I can't remember which episode exactly. It's one of the more recent ones. But she talked about this whole like living in a fantasy world thing, and how like basically it's like frowned upon to live in your fantasy world, and you should be more realistic. You should be, you know, as kids we were allowed to be like, I want to be X, I want to be Y, and people are like, yeah, go for it. But when you're an adult, blah 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 blah. You get what I'm saying, living in your fantasy world. And she started talking about visualizing. Oh, look who's back. You climbed the mountain, goofball. She was talking about how, like, ways to get yourself. I can't remember if it was the same episode as the fantasy life one or the one I listened to before the live in your fantasy world one. But basically what she was talking about was ways to like get yourself in the zone, get yourself to get moving and get hustling and get what you want. One of the things, and this is a technique that is used in many type of technique or whatever you want to call it. It's visualization. And so she started talking about visualization and first like write it down. Write down your ideal day or your ideal life or how you are living, and write it in the form of a story, right? So instead of saying like I do this, you'd be like she does this, blah 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 blah, you know, and tell this story. And then the part that she said later was then play it back to yourself like as a fantasy, like a movie. You know, like see it come to life. See your ideal day or your ideal action or your ideal self come to life. I was thinking about those words today as I was sitting here post-lunch, post-workout, beaten back the afternoon slump. I'm not having an energy issue. I'm wide awake. I just have a lack of desire to do a single thing. So I don't know what you want to call that, but it's definitely not being tired today. I'm wide awake. But so I was also debating, I'm like, I need something sweet. And whenever I get on the I need something sweet train, it is the I need to make a bad decision train. And I'm not going to make a bad decision. I was this close. I'm like, I even have some like higher point protein bars that I was considering. I'm like, you don't need them. You're not even hungry. So what I ended up doing instead was I stopped and I thought back to what Kara was saying about like taking the actions and living the life towards that woman you want to be. And I was like, what would the ideal version of me do? Would she mindlessly, aimlessly snack on something sweet just because she needed something to do and needed to kill time? No. Ideal Brianna would not. So I actually started playing like Let's Pretend, which is exactly what Kara said. It's like you need to take steps towards being that person that you want to be. So even if you're not quite there yet, pretend you are. Fake it till you make it, baby. Fake it till you make it. So that is exactly what I did. Instead of going for the snack, I popped on a face mask because I was like, well, and that might be why my skin's looking a little bit odd right now, weirdly enough. But I popped on like a sheet mask. I took a shower. I used a nice body scrub. I put on my Sweet Flex leggings, which are the leggings with resistance bands in them. And I decided that even I don't want to work. I already put a vlog post up today. I'm vlogging. So let's clean the house a little bit more. Like get in there, get stuff done, make your environment what you want it to be. So I'm going to clean, and in order to get rid of my craving for something sweet, I made tea instead. I made some of that Trader Joe's Harvest tea. It's currently steeping, and I was like, this is what the woman I want to be would do. She would not think twice about whether or not she should eat something when she's not hungry. She would not think twice about overindulging in a completely unnecessary thing. Instead, she would choose something that fits with her plan and does her body a little bit more good and lets it go. And that is exactly what I decided to do. And I just thought it was very interesting because it's stuff that I've always had the power to do. It's like freaking Glinda from The Wizard of Oz. Well, you've had the power all along, my dear, right? I love that movie, by the way. But it's something like I've had, the idea of visualization has always been there, but there's something in the way that Kara said it yesterday when I was listening to her stuff that made me go, huh. And today I actually put it into action, and it seems to be working. It's awesome. So I've got some essential oils going. I've got fall essential oils going to enhance the leaves candle I have burning. I'm going to clean. I have energy. I have tea brewing. It's a pretty good day, and I am not eating something I shouldn't be eating, which was the whole point of me hopping on here. So I'm going to get to work because there's still a lot to do in this house, and my husband's coming home tonight, so I'd like to have it done by the time he gets here. Here is dinner. I actually had this pre-checked as 6 smart points for a cup and a half of chili, but it is 7 o'clock and I'm not that hungry. I'm hungry enough where I'm like, oh, I should eat something, but a cup and a half of chili felt like too much, so I actually downsized it to a cup, which means that this is only 4 smart points, which is amazing. And it's a full bowl. Like, it's a full bowl. And there's fat-free cheese on there for no smart points, so this whole thing is 4 points. I got the cozy evening going here. I took off my Sweet Flex pants and traded it for my pajama pants. Hello. Look at that emo hair. My goodness. And she's got an alfalfa thing happening too. What are you doing? What's your damage, little dog? What's your damage? Anyway, I got the flannel pants on. I got the cozy chili, the cozy candle, and always cozy Netflix. Happy day. By some miracle of miracles, I still have 12 points left today. So that protein bar that I was trying to talk myself out of earlier, I can now eat 100% guilt-free. This is the Oh Yeah 1 chocolate chip cookie dough. I'd never had it before. I didn't realize it was actually going to be covered in chocolate. So it's kind of at candy bar status, which is nice. Fact, this is only 6 points, and 6 points is still more than I prefer to pay for a protein bar, but I have a bunch of Quest Hero bars, which are the Quest bar versions of chocolate-covered bars, and they're like 7 or 8 points. So this is not too shabby. I might have to start looking into Oh Yeah bars. And look, there's chocolate in it too. Yum. So that leaves me with still 6 points left to go. Super excited. I just looked at the clock and it's 11 p.m. My husband walked in the door at like 8:30, and he's been on the phone ever since. Not exactly how either of us expected this evening to go, so I've been sitting here out of the way watching Food Network because I love me some Food Network, and there's some really great Halloween themed shows on right now. I'm watching the Halloween Baking Championship. I love all of the baking championships because I'm a big fan of baking shows. So I've been doing that, and I'm going to enjoy myself some Halo Top because I still have 6 points left. This is the candy bar Halo Top, and I have a two servings is 7 points, so I'm going to eat just a little bit shy of 2 servings and hope for the best. And I got a buddy over here who's very sad that Daddy is home and not paying any attention to her. Right, Gracie? Yeah, you're so sad. You're so sad. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, so on that note, I'm going to sign off. I just wanted to hop on here and make sure I said a proper good night to you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all had a fantabulous hump day. We are now on the downhill toward the weekend. Happy day to us. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow.